Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. I'm going to do one cast today. Trying to find a spot that's not windy. Got this front that's blowing through sometime tonight. The winds have been pretty gusty today. They're supposed to get, I guess, pretty bad while that front goes through. And I guess there's a chance for thunderstorms, but not much rain. It is Tuesday the 9th of June, and I think they've shut the water off. Water was running this morning pretty hard, and then shut it off, and then they kicked it back on up to 3 units, and now it's back off. It's about 7:30, 7:45 in the evening. As far as the rain situation last night, we got 1 3/4 inches. A lot of places to the west of us got less. Springfield got up to 3 inches. But Table Rock has not come up at all. Beaver has not come up at all. Should have brought my fly rod because they are really sharp and edge. Bull Shoals is not coming up too bad either. They got a little more rain than we did. But none of us really, well, we were supposed to get 2 to 3 inches, so it came close to 2. Bull Shoals was supposed to get 3 to 5, and they did not get it, thankfully, because it's been very good for the people below Bull Shoals Dam or the North Fork Dam. North Fork's running floodgates, but not too bad. And Beaver or Bull Shoals is not yet. I'm not sure. I don't think they will. So we got a reprieve. God, you know, when we ask God to do things like control the weather, and I guess what I do is just ask for His mercy, you know, and I'll praise Him if it doesn't rain, and I'll praise Him if it does. If it doesn't flood, then if it floods, you know, He's still God. He's still good, and He takes care of us no matter what. So just gets a little stressful sometimes, I guess. It's not too bad windy right now. I've got the trolling motor on spot lock. There's still a little bit of current left. I just brought jigs up. I've got 4-pound line, 6.5 foot medium light. It's one of our Lilley rods, one piece, and a 3/32 ounce black and yellow, black and chartreuse, sorry, jig. Water here is about 4 foot deep, and it's probably 4 or 5 out in front of me, maybe a little bit deeper. Somebody power washing behind me, so it's not tranquil. There's some really nice fish up here midging though, so it'd be really fun to have a fly rod up here. I throw a midge or a little woolly or something, they'd probably hit it pretty good. They might hit this jig pretty good too. I know fishing off our dock, especially with that water off, was really good today. People were catching a lot of fish. Unfortunately, they're not hitting it on the first cast though. What I mean by the anchor mode on my trolling motor, it's Encoded Tarova, and it's got a feature where I hit a button and it automatically will keep it. It's controlled by GPS, and it will keep me in that same spot. There's a bump. Until I tell it to move, which is a very nice feature. It's probably the best feature on that whole trolling motor. That wind is just laid down all of a sudden. I think it's been real gusty. I mean, it's gonna lay down and won't do anything for a while, then it just picks up and blows pretty hard. I'm using a little bit heavier jig than I normally would. I could use a 32nd or a 16th in this water that's, oh, might have been a bite, dropping out. It's real slow. The jig wouldn't sink quite as fast compared to what I'm using. But I thought it was going to be a lot windier, so that's why I put on the heavier jig. They're not liking this black and chartreuse jig. Let's try another color. I have a sculpin and peach orange head 3/32 ounce. Most of the orange paint has been scraped off. I was really prepared to do this in the wind. Here we go. It's starting to pick up a little bit. Last cast, and then I'm going to change jigs. I'll try something. I know they're feeding. Right there. Could have touched him with my rod. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to tie on. Well, I won't go. I'm not going to sign off or anything. I'll just keep talking. I'm going to put on a, I don't have a 2-pound, but I'm still going to put on a 32nd ounce. Straight sculpin. So we're not supposed to get any rain for the next 2 weeks. That's what the weatherman said. It's going to give them a chance to drop bull shoals. Maybe. I looked at the river gauge for the White River at Newport, Arkansas. And it says it's 22 feet. Now, so that's down 3 feet from the other day. But still, they like that to be down around 14, 17. So they're going to still hold bull shoals, which means they're going to hold table rock and beaver too. So we're really looking at not a whole lot of flow here. Not a lot of generation. It's actually supposed to be really nice and cool. Nights in the 50s and days in the high 70s, low 80s for a while. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to fish out the back of the boat. not gonna let my sound out. I know they're on the surface, and I'm using 32nd ounce jig, so this isn't going to go down very far. And I'm going to throw downwind. And the current's still moving just a little bit down, so I'm just going to kind of throw it out and kind of shake it. It's not going to drop very. Oh, I just had him. It's not going to go down in the water very far. It's almost like throwing a streamer with a fly rod. Let's get me again. Come on, Phil. Keeping the rod now, yeah, still going to keep the rod low so the wind won't blow it. Phooey. Right out there. They are nailing it. Difference from throwing that heavier jig. There it is. I've seen some bigger ones out there. Smart. Throw it out here. Boy, it went from a bite on every cast to no bite, 3 casts. Change the retrieve just a little bit, slow it down, see if that makes a difference. Still kind of jerk it, but pause a little bit between. Still not sinking that far, being a lighter jig, and that's something. How about catching one fish? These guys decide that they should not eat that little thing that's going through the water. straight down lake. Oh, I stopped it and he ate it. Let this one sink a little bit. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing with my rod tip. I'm just kind of shaking it a little bit. See those fish out there, midget? Move just a little bit, I guess. Move down here just a little ways. Okay, back on spot lock. On my knees so you can see the rod action. If I stood up, I'm afraid I'd be too tall for the camera. I actually like the wind. I'd rather have it blowing. But it's laid back down again. I'm just working the jig like a jig. They just don't want it slow. They want it fast and erratic. I can see the midges on the surface. They're pretty good size, the ones that are hatching. You can see them, they're almost like little puff balls on the surface that just are moving around, and they're moving their wings super fast to try to dry the wings after being hatched so that they can fly off the surface. That's when those fish are eating them. call it an evening on one cast. But if I were to keep fishing, well, I would move up into shallower water where there's more chop, because the wind's kind of coming down this side and not that side. This side over here is really classy. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go on down to the Narrows and fish a little shallower water down there. Same technique. See what happens. It's a lot more windy down there. More of a straight shot where the wind's coming straight out of the south. I'm going to try it. If I catch anything, I'll put it on. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.